welcome to my Masterbuilt electric smoker here on Facebook page. My name is Jason, and today I want to share with you the assembly of Masterbuilt's new product, the portable propane smoker from Masterbuilt. So if you want to take your smoking on the go, this is a smoker that you want to have. Whether it's tailgating on the weekends, your favorite camping spot, or fishing by the lake, this is a smoker for you. Masterbuilt laid out the assembly of this smoker in its manual in 8 easy steps. So we're going to be following these steps today with the assembly of the smoker. But before we get started, you want to make sure you have a Phillips head screwdriver because we're going to need this for later on. Once you take your smoker out of the box, this is how it's going to come. The base is going to be folded in and you're going to get all these various parts in a box. So we took the parts out ahead of time, laid them all out to the table for easy assembly. So step 1, the igniter regulator bracket. For right now, I'm going to keep it on its side to make it a little bit easier to screw in the screws and get to. So when you're lining this up with your smoker, you want to make sure your red button is facing up to the top. And as you can see on the side, there's these little screw holes. You're going to want to line them up as well. So putting that on, and then we'll be attaching these 4 screws. I'm just using my Phillips head screwdriver now to make that tight. Pulling the one in the bottom here. There's actually 2 screws, 2 up top and 2 on the bottom. Be putting those on. Here. Make sure these are nice and snug. Alright, now that we've completed step 1, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the base legs so we can stand it up. And I'd just like to take a moment and point out how this is well put together. These legs are nice and strong and sturdy. So it's really good product. Now I'm going to stand it up. Now it's stood up, we're going to be attaching the regulator valve, and that just simply goes right in to the side hole here, and there's a little screw that we need to tighten, and I'm going to continue to do that until it goes all the way here. Now that part is on. Now we're already on to step 3. This is a little loose. I'm not concerned about that right at the moment. I'm assuming it's loose, so that way once you add a canister, it can have the freedom to move. Now, step 3, we have to attach the igniter wire switch, or the igniter wire to the switch. And again, I'm just going to lay it on its back to make it a little bit easier. And here's the wire. At first, I wasn't sure where the wire was. It was actually tucked in the housing of the smoker, so once you get your smoker, and if you're looking for a wire thinking it may be loose in a box or in a package somewhere, it's not. It could just be tucked in here, so you want to go ahead and pull that out. Now we're again attaching the igniter wires to the switch, and this is step 3. And you can't really see with the camera, but there's a tiny little hole here at the base of the igniter, and we need to go ahead and just push that in. Easier said than done in the dark here. Alright, that part is in. Now we're going to go ahead and stand it up once again. And just another thing I'd like to point out here is the side handles. Just like the base, which was strong and sturdy and really locked well, it's the same thing with the handles. The handles go up and down for your convenience, and again, these are rock solid. It's well built. So now we're moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 is the heat shield. We're going to be placing that in, and I'm just taking a second to look at the instructions. And we're going to keep it like this. And this just simply goes into the base of the smoker. And it has these little holes here. You're going to want to line them up. And just give it a 2-second little twist, and that's secure. So parts 1 through 4 have been completed. Now we're going to be moving on to step 5. All right, now we're moving on to step number 5, the air damper. You'll notice on the air damper there's a little handle. This part is going to be sticking on the exterior of your smoker, and you'll notice inside the smoker there's this little notch for you. So you kind of have to slide it behind the bracket here and stick that through. And once that's completed, you want to line up the bracket with that little hole and use the screw and nut that's been provided to you by Masterbuilt. So I just put that one screw in, and now it's held in place. And I'm just going to reach around and tighten that up. And again, using the Phillips head screwdriver, I'm going to tighten that down. Okay, now that part is complete. Now we're moving on to step number 6, the temperature gauge with bezel. And here's your temperature gauge. When you look at the gauge, it goes from 50 degrees up to 400. So unscrewing this little wing nut on the back and placing that through the front of the door. There's a little hole here. We're going to place that through the front of the door. And coming around. And tightening it down. This has a tendency to want to completely spin. So as you're tightening this down, just kind of hold it in the front, hold it in place to make sure your numbers are displayed properly. Okay, so that part is done. Now we're moving on to number 7, part number 7, and it's the water bowl support bracket. When you look at this bracket, you'll notice it kind of has a little bit of an L shape to it. The higher portion of the bracket will be to your left, and the lower portion will naturally be to your right. So we're going to go ahead and just slide that piece in. And there you go, step number 7 is almost complete. And again, we're going to now put in the wood chip tray. Which goes right here. Turn that around. Wood chip tray is in. And now we're going to put it in the water bowl. The water bowl just rests in the other spot on the left hand side. Just simply rest just like that. Now we're going to move over to step number 8. We're moving over to step number 8, and the final step is just simply sliding in our cooking racks. And there are 2. So the first one just slides right in. And I've already done the second one. The second one is in as well. That one is a little bit tighter, but with a little work it goes right in, no problem. So that is in. And one more final part, we need to put in the grease trap. And the grease trap looks like this, and it just simply slides right in the bottom, like so. And there you have it. You have the Masterbuilt portable smoke. So there you have it. After following the 8 easy steps provided to you in your manual, the Masterbuilt portable propane smoker is put together. So I'd just like to now go over it with you and just, again, point out some of the features, some of the faults that I'm initially seeing, starting with the base. Again, the base, simply, we can place on its side. You're obviously not going to want to do this when it's hot, but once it has cooled or you're just breaking out for the first time, these legs collapse for easy storage in your vehicle. Actually, do the left one first and then the right one. So easily collapsed. And when it's time for cooking, simply pull them out. And again, They come out very easily and lock in place. There's no way those legs are going to fold in on you during a cook, or if God forbid someone accidentally bumps into it, it's not falling over. And then on the side, again, we have the collapsible handles that go up and down. Again, very sturdy, very strong. Will make it very easy to carry, no worries there. And on the side here, you have the adjustable door latch to make it sure it's secure and locked. Open it up. Now looking at the front, well, I want to go to the front again still. Looking at your temperature gauge, again, it goes from 50 to 400 degrees. So you could cook a wide range of things with those temperatures. And also quickly, so if you're camping and want to do burgers or dogs, you know, set that a little bit higher and cook them quite fast. So now, looking the inside of the smoker, we're going to pull out our first tray. And again, we have our water bowl that sits into the left. On the right is our wood chip tray. Put a handful of chips in there to provide your smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that back in. And again, we have two cooking trays. The first one here, and then the second one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and close that lid. Again, overall, this smoker is built very well. It's rugged and it's tough. Great for camping, tailgating on the weekends. So it's very nice. Now I want to share with you placing the propane tank on. Now this is designed to support the 1 pound traditional propane fuel. It's been said that this 1 pound container will give you up to 4 hours of cooking time, and they also sell a different adapter, which I do not have at this time, where you could put it on here and hook up a traditional grill propane tank. I believe those tanks are 25 pounds for additional cooking time. So looking at this piece here, if you look at the front, we have lock and off, low, medium, and high. So I'm going to put this tank on, and I want to make sure it's in the lock off position. And as you notice, the propane tank has these little bit of threads to it. So I'm going to go ahead and push that in and simply spin it down tight. And make sure that's nice and snug. And there you have it. The propane tank has been assembled. The gas tank is on and it's ready for cooking.